Hey, this is Beverages and Beliefs. I'm Sean.
Hey, I'm Josh.
Welcome to episode 3. We're excited to dive in. Let's start with what we always start with, which is a beverage. Today we are trying the MB Roland Kentucky Straight Wheat Whiskey.
I'm excited. I've never had this before.
And last episode I told you I would try these whiskey bullets. We're going to give them a roll. So we're not going to water them down. This is just going to be straight here. You can touch them.
This is going to be a
straight,
a 92 proof here. So it's
92 proof. Bottle 131 of 190. What does that mean? What does that matter?
Well, they take casks and they fill up the bottles with it and they label. So one of these days we're going to try a special one that I got from Ireland, a special cask strength Jameson that I poured myself from the cask in Ireland. It's going to be coming up on a future episode.
I'm excited about that.
Let me see this here.
Okay, so there I smell leather. I smell tobacco.
I do smell some tobacco and some wheat. I mean, this is a wheat whiskey, and it does smell wheaty.
I like that.
MB Roland.
I like that.
Wow, it has a really fragrant smell. It actually has a lot better smell than last episode's Old Granddad, which I hope you found some new hair sprouting on your chest from that.
I did. I got to tell you, though, man, that is hot. What do you think?
It is pretty hot, isn't it?
Yeah. 112 proof, so it's still pretty up there. That was 114 on that last episode.
Oh, this is 112 proof?
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder. Yeah, definitely we need an ice cube. These bullets are going to be great.
Because goodness. So we just...
I lied to you. It's not 96 proof. It's not 92 proof. That's 112 proof. It's going to put some hairs on your chest, too.
Yeah.
All you ladies out there that try it, let me know.
What's your theory on... I tried a Kentucky... No, hold on. Yeah, it was called a Kentucky Mule. So instead of a Moscow Mule with vodka, it was bourbon.
Yeah.
Then ginger beer, Sprite, lime. I think they can throw some mint leaves or whatever in there.
Yeah, they have... I'm not very good at making those mixed drinks. And I'm not like some kind of purist where I need to, just drink it neat. That's not me, but I'm not very good at mixing them.
Really?
I don't make good margaritas. I don't make good vodka sours.
We needed to try a mixed cocktail on Beverages and Beliefs. So, this episode, we're just going to kind of go rogue. I mean, sort of rogue. It's called Beverages and Beliefs. So we wanted to keep it general enough to where we could talk about what we believe. A lot of that is going to encompass the Bible and our Christian faith. Some of that's going to encompass current events and what's going on in our lives.
And so I just asked him off camera, and we said, stop, we got to put this on camera. Today's May 1st.
Yeah, May 1st, 2020.
Yeah.
Just in case we need a date, the date. If all hell breaks loose, we didn't know what year this happened.
We just opened back up Lubbock, right? The governor came in. He said, hey, May 1st, man, open up. Let's do some things. What does that mean to you? How does that impact you, and how do you feel about that?
Well, I'm excited. Honestly, I feel like a little bit of hope on the horizon, I'm excited that things are starting to get back to normal. I don't think it's time yet.
Really?
I
really?
Yeah.
Unpack that for me. Why don't you feel like it's time? What would you be waiting on to say that it's time?
I mean, at this point, there's a couple reasons, but why I don't feel like it's time is we just don't know enough about this yet. We talked in episode 1 about what is this, and me and you both were kind of in the camp of like, I don't know. You were more on the camp of like, I don't think it's what the medical professionals are telling us. I'm more of the side of, I think it's something serious. I think me and you could walk out and catch it if we go lick a doorknob at Walmart.
Yeah, I don't think so at all.
I think it's possible, and I don't want to catch it. But when you look at some restaurants and the way that they're going, hey, we're still not going to open our doors. I've seen 2 or 3 local restaurants post on social media that they're just going to keep the takeout and the curbside and just kind of wait. I think it's created, I used to own a small business here in town.
Right.
And I think it's created some vigor in our small businesses. It's created some...
What do you mean by that? Some energy?
Yes. Some... they probably disagree with this, and that's okay. But just, when something like this forces you to pivot and forces you to change your business models.
Yeah, that's very entrepreneurial to take something, to pivot, to find out how to make money with it.
I mean, it kind of gets your juices flowing again. You're going, hey, man, I've been running this business for 20 years the same way every day.
Yeah.
And I know what my numbers are going to look like. And maybe, introducing this new business model has created some profit for some businesses and hurt other businesses.
Yeah.
But the ones that have profited from it, I think they're going to go, let's keep doing curbside. Let's keep doing online orders.
I can't disagree with that. If you're making money, if you're more profitable, it's tough to say that I want to be less profitable.
Yeah.
Right. I think they could take that profitability and translate it back into what they were making before, plus some. I don't know that it's either or. I don't know that it's only now, but not then.
Yeah.
I mean, now they got those entrepreneurial genes, juices. They're flowing again. They're like, oh man, let's look for some new ideas. Let's look for some new opportunities, some new avenues for money. I think that's probably a plus. That's the first thing I've said was a plus about this entire charade that we have called the coronavirus.
Well, which begs the question, Josh, what do you think? What do you think about opening up?
I think that this is the wrong size glass for these whiskey bullets. So
I got a wine glass.
FYI, you know how sometimes all the ice wants to just attack your face if you're drinking out of a cup with ice? Well, sometimes the bullets want to attack your face and spill whiskey all over you, so be careful about that.
When you get asked a question on camera?
Only then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me your question again.
What do you think about opening up?
Yeah, I was hoping you'd come up with a different question.
Yeah. No, I want to hear it.
I think that it's way too late. I don't think anyone should have ever shut down. I think that the only reason anyone is scared is because we were told to be scared. I think that we have been taught and conditioned as a society to not use our senses. We can't trust ourselves for truth. We can't trust what I see, touch, feel, what I know to be true. I have to be told those things. And I have to be told them by somebody that's smarter, better, more informed, an expert off somewhere, especially on TV. And so I feel like that's what happened, because I think if you would actually just go outside and look around and ask yourself, is anybody sick? I haven't seen anybody sick. There's nobody sick that probably wasn't already going to be sick. 60,000, 70,000 people die a year of the flu. Okay, I didn't really see many of those people anyway. Well, guess what? 30,000 have died from the coronavirus, 40,000, whatever the number is now. Haven't seen any of those people either, right? If it was a real pandemic, I feel like my kids would be sick. My parents might have died. My neighbor would be sick. 2 houses down, my neighbor might be dead, right? I mean, we'd be going, man, this is a pandemic. Everybody I see is sick.
Well, I think, what if the reason your neighbor's not dead and your parents aren't dead is because of the measures we've taken at this point?
No, there's no way to refute that, is there? It's kind of convenient. There's no way to refute that. That, hey, if you do what I say, we'll avert this disaster.
So then what's the ulterior motive? Like let's say that some big conspiracy, the government has said, let's cut back all commerce worldwide for 4 months because of why? And let's divert the attention. Let's call it COVID-19, but over here we've got this diabolical plan. Mm-hmm. Is that what's happening?
I don't know that I can say that, honestly. And like we talked about in episode 1, I don't know what is going on. I don't know all the reasons behind it. I think the reasons are myriad, right? Like, I think there's so many agendas at play. But I do think that backing all nefarious agendas is always the enemy. Because the battle that we're fighting is a spiritual battle against the prince of the power of the air, right? The battle that we're fighting is with someone who is, and his forces that have been assaulting us and engaged against us in a very planned out, methodical way since the fall of man. And so for people to say, oh, conspiracy theories, I mean, you're just a conspiracy theorist. I'm like, well, I'm a Christian. If you're a Christian, you should be a conspiracy theorist too.
Okay, why? Why is that?
Because Satan has conspired since day one to, first of all, bring man down with the fall, to tempt him, to make him fall, to bring sin into the world. Then he conspired to stop the Messiah by trying to kill off the line that was going to bring the Messiah in. And then Jesus came, he conspired to kill the Messiah. That didn't work. Now he's conspiring to bring everything he can, all of his forces and powers, to make the believers, the brothers and sisters of Christ, the children of God, less effective for him on this earth. And so that's been his overall agenda. And he's been somewhat successful throughout history. He will not be finally successful, right? We know that. We know that we have the victory in Christ. But then it comes all the way down to Revelation, where the Battle of Armageddon is all the forces of the world attacking the one who comes on the white horse, which is Jesus.
And you think these events are part of a chapter or a small piece of the story that lead up to that.
Absolutely. I don't know that I would necessarily say we're in chapter 13 of Revelation or something.
Yeah.
Or we're on the fourth bowl judgment or
anything.
I
Yeah.
want to get like
I
that.
don't think I mean that, but more along the lines of like this coronavirus deal, 9/11, all the way back to like Vietnam,
Sure.
World War I. You just keep Spanish flu. You just keep going back.
Yeah.
All of those are chapters in the story that lead up to the final.
Absolutely.
The beast.
And it's impossible to look ahead and say, okay, this is how this coronavirus piece, is going to tie into the tapestry of Satan's conspiracy to assault the brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
But we can look back and we can see the way that it's devolved to where we currently are.
Okay, here's an interesting thought I just had because, I kind of am coming devil's advocate at you for a reason.
I love that. Is my favorite thing to do.
Yes.
People ask me questions and I'm like, explain that.
But I gotta say I agree with you on something here. Like, let's go back to the fact that like you've got the devil who is conspiring to try and take over Jesus at the end of times.
Right.
I think it would be, I think a lot of people are going to go, Josh, that's silly, that's stupid.
Yeah.
But that says a lot about your theology the other way. Because if you believe that the devil is not conspiring against you, then what you are saying is that people are inherently good. Now we got to unpack something else.
Right.
Because if you believe that people are inherently evil and they need to be saved from themselves and that their heart is deceptive, then, and he's the prince of this world and controls that, then you're onto something there.
Right.
You really are.
We're at war with the flesh, right? We're born into sin.
Yeah, because if you say that the devil is not conspiring to destroy you, then what are you saying? That left to our own devices, we're going to turn out better than we started?
That's a good point.
And we're not. So yeah, I think the battle is like if you believe that Satan is a conspirator, thank you, then theologically, I think that's a lot more correct than saying, look, not everybody's out to get you. Well, that's not true. Like, if you believe Scripture,
Satan is out to get you.
Yes.
He walks about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour, right? So we have a lion that's attacking us, that wants to come in and wants to kill the sheep, right? And we have a shepherd that's protecting us, right? So that's why we got to stay in the fold.
Yeah.
Right. But man, there's so many unsaved people out there that are victims of this conspiracy of the enemy.
Sure.
So, and we put a couple ice cubes in this. I know you didn't see it because we've got the magic tool of pause and restart. Yes. And it definitely needed some watering back.
Yeah, it does. It's a little sweeter now, which is interesting.
Yeah, it definitely opened it up a little bit and gave it a little bit more of a more muted tone, which made it more palatable.
Maybe we can find something to give us a more muted tone.
My wife has tried to mute me for 22 years. And here I am opening up a YouTube channel so that I can have an outlet.
That's exactly right. Well, what else do we say about, we could say a lot about the coronavirus, but I think for the sake of time, let's talk about how does that relate to Lubbock and today on May 1st?
Yeah, man, I think that people should get back out there and they should live their lives, right? Go live your life. If you live in fear, like if you do take this seriously, as Sean does, right? Which is clearly an okay way to take things. Then get out there and live your life without fear because, we're believers. We know that we're going to be secure in that. And so we should be able to live our life without fear. Anything that's not done in faith is a sin, right? So if you're going to get out there because, you're walking in faith and you're okay with that. And if you're going to stay at home, then make sure you're staying at home because of faith, not because of fear.
Well, that's a good word. I think, we got Tom. Talk to me more about like what do you mean anything done not in faith is a sin?
Well, I think I can't come up with the exact verse, but I'm pretty sure that's, if not just a general principle, there's got to be a verse in there. Somebody post the verse down below, help us out.
No, I think it's good. I just, what I don't want to create is like this, I feel like people can lean on that, could create this crutch of just going out and being stupid.
So I guess the way I feel about it is if you're sick and you want to stay at home, I'd say it's a good idea. I'd say stay at home if you're sick, right?
Yeah.
If you're immunocompromised and you're worried about it, maybe stay at home. Maybe have your kids go get something for you. Maybe have a friend go get something for you. Maybe order the takeout, right?
Me and Josh will go get something for you.
I'll go get it.
Yeah.
Just put a little message down there. Say, Josh, man, go get me some groceries.
I need some bread and milk.
That's right.
We can deliver. And we'll bring some bourbon.
I'm not scared. Now, Sean might wear a mask, but I'm not going to wear a mask.
No, right? That's, I don't know. That's what's funny about that is still being as cautious as I am, I just don't think wearing a mask helps.
Well, so let me tell you something funny.
I just opened up something.
We went to Costco. All right, we went to Costco. And the new thing at Costco is you get your card up there. You picked all your stuff out. You put it in your basket. You get up there. And the lady that takes your card pulls it in there. She says, is it okay if I touch your groceries? Because no one's touched them but me. Because,
to that point?
Because some hourly wage warehouse guy in Mexico wasn't just chunking them onto a truck. Yep. Because the guys across the border in Canada weren't just throwing them on with forklifts. I mean, because nobody's touched these yet.
Yeah.
Just you. It's ridiculous. How much fear do you have to live in to be like, oh, no, I don't want you to touch that because I need them to be clean and pure. Right? I mean, how ridiculous.
I agree with that. Yeah. And I think it's
but that's the point in fear that we're living.
And that's that I do have a problem with that.
Yeah.
But I do draw the line and go, man, are we ready to just open everything 100%? I don't know that we are. Yeah. I know that personally our church is making a pretty conservative decision on that.
Well, yeah.
They're not going to go full open right off the bat. And I think it's smart. I think there's some logistic issues that I can totally get behind, right? I mean, depending on your building size and the entry, exits, your kids' rooms, I think there's some real logistics to get behind there. And so I'm okay with saying, hey, we haven't figured it all out yet. Let's continue doing the online thing because we don't have the logistics figured out to keep everybody, safe, assuming this is real. Sure. Yeah. What I'm not okay with doing, and I was never okay with doing, is, and this is my big problem where I land, is I don't like to accept things that I don't feel are true that are given to me as commands. Now, if they would have made a better case, a believable case, said, hey, this is a valid concern and these are things that we really want you to try to adhere to try to help people. Maybe I could have got behind that. But when they come out and they say government mandate, stay at home order, shelter in place, don't go to your friends, don't do this. And I have a hard time with that. Just as my spirit has a hard time with accepting someone telling me what to do. And I never saw you adapt to that late either. I mean, you were a pretty early adopter of going, I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm going to go continue to live my life. So at that moment, let's go back to like March 3rd, where you still in that same camp of going, I'm going to do whatever I want.
Absolutely.
Or were you going,
but
let's see what this is.
It wasn't even serious till the 13th, right? When he announced the order.
Yeah.
And so I didn't think there was anything that was going to happen until the Big 12 tournament got canceled that Thursday. Because I was really looking forward to seeing Texas Tech and Texas play in the first round there. And so when I heard that was canceled, I thought, oh, well, this is – I didn't think, man, this is serious. We really have some kind of epidemic. This is bad. We need to do what we're told. I thought, oh, man, they're running a big enough hoax where they've convinced college basketball and then later that day the pros and MLB and NHL, they've all gotten together in this one big giant plan to convince us that we're all going to die of something.
But why? I mean, like, if that's truth, and I just don't know.
Why do I believe that?
Yeah, but why would they cancel all of that? Like, are they trying to divert attention from something else? Or
a lot of times, yeah. I think honestly, it's a real big test. This is like my bottom line feeling, which of course I think that we can't really know what's going on, but like my gut instinct says, it's just one big test to see if we're willing to do what they tell us. How much control do they really have on us? If they tell us to stay at home, quit our jobs, close up our businesses, and only shop, because you can't catch the virus at Costco, Walmart, and Super Target. But you can catch it at a smaller grocery store, at a local shop, right? Yeah. Small businesses will get you killed. Now, big box stores, they're safe.
In some aspects, it sure does feel like they're saying that.
So what I say is, man, they're just a test run. This may not be it. This may not be it where they lock us all down in FEMA camps and force vaccinate us, which, I think is probably what they would love to have happen. I think they're saying, how close are we to being able to do that? Let's throw a test run out there. And then they said, oh, snap. We're pretty dang close.
So, in your opinion, are we talking President Trump? Are we talking the CDC? Are we talking the CIA? What are we talking?
When I say they, and everybody likes to say, who is they? Right? I get it. They is the spiritual conspiracy, the host of wickedness that's organized against us, that operates in and through people that are unsaved. Think about it like the Matrix. This is how I like to picture it, right? If you're not born again, if you're not housing the Spirit of God, if you're not indwelled, if you're not on God's team, so to speak, then you're on Satan's team, willingly or unwillingly. And you're able to be operated in and through, just like an agent in the Matrix operates in and through people that are still plugged into the Matrix. And if you get unplugged, you become a believer, you get the Holy Spirit in you, where you're no longer able to be operated in and through by them, right? And so is Trump in on it? Well, either consciously or subconsciously, right? He's either intending to be on the bad team or he's being operated through by the bad team, right? Is, the WHO, the CDC, yeah, probably it's, some of it want to be on Satan's team. They're interested in locking people down, killing people, and controlling the world. And some of them are like, man, I really feel like I'm doing a good thing here. All the while, they're being controlled by the enemy. That's kind of how I see them. So I look at things as maybe they're intentionally conspiratorial, or maybe they're unintentionally conspiratorial, and they're just working for the wrong guys. Right?
Interesting. Yeah. That is interesting. I could see why people think, that's a crazy idea.
Yeah, it's real crazy. And I'm inherently skeptical. I'm inherently skeptical of anybody in power that's telling me what to do. Mm-hmm. Because I think that the very fact that you want to be in charge should disqualify you from being in charge.
Do you think a belief like you're stating at this point, I think the skeptics, on the other side are going, well, Josh, show me facts. Josh, show me truth about this. But you're right in saying that there's such a plan that we don't know about going on in the realms that we can't see.
Right.
That who are we to say what's exactly truth and what's not? You've got to line it up against Scripture.
Right.
And you got to line it up against, what God says. And I think you're coming at it in a very interesting way, and you're coming at it in a way that's not, a crazy, let's all put our 10 hats on.
Yeah, and I'm also not saying, hey, grab your guns and go kill the government.
Yeah.
Because the weapons of our warfare are spiritual, not carnal. They're mighty for assaulting strongholds and defeating principalities and spirits, right? And so that's our whole arsenal, is to assault spiritual strongholds. Because, why? Because it's the spiritual strongholds, the high places of wickedness that are exalting themselves against God and his people that we're supposed to come against, that are operating in and through all the people on this world. So if I take out the people that are still plugged into the Matrix, that doesn't change anything. Mm-hmm. That's fighting a carnal battle, whereas I should be fighting a spiritual battle.
That's good. Well, I think that's a great perspective to have on all this. It's interesting to hear hear your perspective, because a lot of people in the camp that you're in would say, Josh, you're just a conspiracy theorist. This is crazy. Quit being so stupid. Yeah. Obey the rules.
Sure. Yeah, just obey.
Mind the line.
Like that shirt that they have that just says obey.
Yeah.
You don't think that's programming and conditioning for people to wear a shirt that literally says obey? You want to know what else is programming? I saw a meme going around and I thought it was a perfect meme. It said, if the government was to devise something for you to wear to show that you had given up your free speech, what might it look like? And it just had a picture of a guy with the face mask on. Yeah, you're literally covering up your mouth in a symbolic way of saying, I don't need free speech.
Yeah. It is interesting.
It is interesting. And if you look into symbols, which I believe this world is run on symbols everywhere. I mean, you can look at the obvious symbols that we would all say, like the flag, the Statue of Liberty, right? The Twin Towers, now the One World Freedom Tower. The world operates on symbols, you know? And so to say that symbols aren't out there, why do we have artistic symbols? Why do we have those things on our money that we have? Why do we have the pyramid, the capstone floating down on top of the pyramid? Why do we have that? What does it mean? What does it symbolize? And who put it there? What's it indicating? Right?
That's another episode.
It means things. And so to look around and not understand the symbolism of having the populace live in fear, cover up their mouths, man, that's a big symbol.
It is. It is a big symbol. Well, regardless of what you believe, what you think, this is our beverages and beliefs on COVID-19 in Lubbock, Texas on May 1st, 2020.
What are we on, episode 3?
We're on episode 3.
We're on episode 3. If any of you tuned in for more than one episode, we appreciate that. And you must also have something wrong with you.
It is true. So go ahead and hit subscribe. We appreciate it. And
give us a thumbs up.
Yeah, come back for episode 4. Thanks.
All right, bye.